Hi, lovely ladies. Today I'm going to talk about some tips that have helped me to cope as a stay at home mum. Okay, so before King and I got married, we were already in agreement that, when we have children, I would be the one to stay at home and then ultimately homeschool. So my whole approach to becoming a stay at home mum was very positive. I looked at it in a very good light. I was like, good times. I get to watch them grow and make memories and all of that. Little did I know how emotionally and physically draining it would be. So here are some tips that I want to share with you that I've learned along the way. There are a lot more, well, maybe not so much more, but these are like some of the main ones that I think have really helped me in terms of the day-to-day living. Okay, so the first one I want to share with you is join a local library or the play group. First of all, for you, you need that adult interaction. You love your children, but depending on what age they are, the day can get a bit boring, especially like at the moment, I have a toddler and a newborn now. My newborn is 6 weeks old. My toddler is 21 months old. But when it was just me and her in the beginning, it was just like, okay, there's not really much to say. I'm interacting with her and things like that, but it's just nice, when I go out to the park or the play groups and you meet a total stranger and you just have a little talk about children and what they do. It just makes you feel good to have a little laugh, and you know that some of these people you may stay in contact with them, others you may never see them again. But just that little, half an hour out of the day, it just makes you feel so much better about what you're doing, and you just get to have a nice little conversation. Also, for children, going to the play groups in the library, they get to play with different toys. Children get bored as well. I think we can take that for granted. We just think, oh, they're all right, they're just doing their thing. But after a while you'll see, like, especially day in day out at home, if there's a time where you may be at home for a week for whatever reason, they will get bored. They need more stimulation than just being at home. So it's really important for them to get out, for both of you to breathe fresh air, and for them to play with other toys and meet children as well, and learn about how you are in different social settings. Okay, the second thing that I want to talk about is the fact that you will need a monthly, weekly, or a daily calendar. Even if you're not a naturally organized person, I promise you, you can watch like 20 videos of different stay at home mums. One common thread you will notice is organization. Even if they didn't start out that way, they will tell you that they've become more organized because it just helps you to cope between the sleepless nights and being so engrossed in the children. You can lose track of time, track of days. So it just helps you to stay on top of things, and at least you don't have to blame baby brain anymore because you have things written down. Now this is something that I like to use for my monthly calendar. If I remember correctly, I ordered this off of Staples. And if you go online and you just type in monthly magnetic whiteboard calendar or magnetic whiteboard calendar, you should see something similar come up. But you see, it's just a really simple layout. It comes with the felt tip pens, and I like to use different colours for the days and whatever. But you just write down the days, swipe it off onto the next month. So it's something that's reusable, which I think is so lovely. I saw this at a friend's house and I was just like, yeah, I have to have that in my life. And I've benefited from it. I just write down the baby's appointments and things like that. And, I just know exactly what I'm doing each day. And what I like to do as well is, as each day goes by, a new thing that I do is I swipe off the day, because sometimes I find it a bit, even though I am a visual person and I like the visual reminder, I do find it a bit overwhelming with like the whole thing filled out sometimes. So as each day is gone, I just swipe off, if you get what I mean. So it just helps to keep me focused. So I really like that. So that's for the month. And for my day to day, this is something that I ordered, I think, from Paper Chase. As you can see, it's very used. You are supposed to rip it neatly, but yeah, ain't really got time for that. So basically, you just write down what you're doing for the day, and then you just tear it off. I really like this one because it has a magnet on the back, so I put it on the kitchen fridge. Well, where else is the fridge? But yeah, I put it on the fridge, so it just because I'm going into the fridge every day, it's just a good reminder of what I'm doing throughout the day. And I'll go into more detail about how to plan your day in another video. Okay. Now, the next thing that you want to do, sorry if I'm looking down, I have notes because I want to remember everything. You need to invest in personal development. Keep your hobbies or find new hobbies. Now, I'll be honest, I'm the type of person who starts and stops, starts and stops. So that's why I'm hoping and praying with my YouTube page that I'm consistent with it, because this is something that I really feel like I can do and that I'm meant to do, and that I'll be able to reach many women and encourage them, and that makes me feel really good and motivated. But I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. Like, even right now, as I'm recording, the children are in bed. Trying to find time to do things that make you feel good, or it's difficult with children, but you just have to make it work when you can. So I would say keep hobbies or find a new hobby. Like, I would like to get back into sewing and all those things, so that will come. But don't forget that, because you need to, becoming a mum, especially when you're at home with them, you can easily forget who you are. So you need to do these little things just to remember, oh yeah, I like knitting, or oh, I like singing, or oh yeah, I like, just things like that to help you feel really happy and fulfilled within. Read, and also the main thing is do your devotion every day. I have noticed a stark difference when I get up before the children and do my devotion early in the morning. I just feel like positive, the day is brighter, the day just flows. You see what I'm saying? I can talk to God and share things. So make an effort. I know it's difficult when you're waking up 3 times in the night. You don't really feel like getting up early in the morning to do devotion, but you will find that it makes a huge difference when you get up before the children. Now, the fourth thing that I want to share with you is make time for personal grooming. Let's be honest, you're not going to look glamorous every day. It's not everyday glamour. Some days you're going to have, well, not you, but I have cow plaits and the headscarf is on. There have been times when I've been in my pajamas or the dressing gown up until midday, and I just feel like a bum, like I'm not even saying anything, or even until longer. But sometimes this can't be helped, especially in the beginning stages when you have a newborn. But as you begin to get into the flow of things, try your best to have a shower first thing in the morning. When I have a shower first thing in the morning and I'm neat and clean, I just feel comfortable and confident. Even if your hair might not be in the fanciest hairstyle that you want, at least your hair looks combed. Just brush it up a little, catch it up, whatever you need to do, just to look decent for the day. Throw away all your old clothes, all your old bleach up, torn up house clothes. Throw away all your old underwear. Wear nice underwear. When you can afford it, buy yourself some fancy little things. But in the meantime, Marks and Spencer's is very good quality, 100% cotton, which is better for you down there anyway. Just get some nice little Marks and Spencer's underwear. Do you see what I'm saying? And you'll feel so much nicer within yourself. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. For me, like, my basic thing is shave, make sure my nails are cut. One thing I do like to do, which is a luxury for me nowadays, is getting my eyebrows done. Before I had children, I would get my eyebrows done every 2 weeks. Now it's like once a month or every 3 months. And it's only 2 days ago, my husband was like, oh babe, you're tired, go out. So the children were settled and I had the opportunity to go out and get my eyebrows done, and I had my toenails done, and it just made me feel so good just to have that time away to do something for me. And I know a lot of you will say, that you're too busy and with the children, or you just don't have time for personal grooming. But something that I've definitely learned in life is that you're never too busy. Every single human has 24 hours in a day. You will make time for what is important to you. And I'm telling you, starting off this journey as a mum or a stay-at-home, mum, same thing really. But you will need to feel good within, because that energy will come through and your children will pick up on it. Another reason why I want to look decent in the house is because I have 2 daughters, and coming up I want to be, their example for womanhood, for femininity. So I want it to just be a second nature thing for them. So when they get married, they know, okay, I look decent. This is just what I do. It's not a big effort. It's just throughout life, even before they get married, they just look decent and clean, and presenting themselves well. And I've learned this. I'm still learning, and I'm telling you, it's just another thing to make you feel really good, and the whole household will benefit from it as well. So just to go over those tips again, the first one is to join a library or a stay and play group. Look in your local area. Hopefully they have, like I'm very fortunate, the area where I live, and there's a lot of those type of groups. If you don't have a lot of those groups around, then what I would do is online, try and see if you can find, a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group or something online, just to get interaction with other mothers. There's loads of stuff out there. And the monthly and weekly calendar, remember you will need that to make sure that you remember things and write things down. Don't trust yourself to remember, especially being taken up with the children. You will miss certain things and you'll be kicking yourself afterwards. So try your best to invest in a monthly calendar and a weekly or a daily planner. The third thing is invest in your personal development. Keep on developing your brain so that you have more to offer the children as well. And make time for your personal grooming so that you look good and you feel good. And I just want to say to you that, well, being a mum is not easy. Everybody knows that. But I really just hope that these tips encourage you, and just remember that you're doing your best, and if you're doing your best, then you're doing okay. There's a verse of the day that I wanted to actually share with you all, and it's taken from Psalm chapter 91 verse 4, and I shall read. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. I had to look up buckler because I didn't know, but buckler is basically a small shield. Now, I think this is really important to note, because people will criticize the way that you do things as a mum, and you will be your worst critic as well. Every single day you'll be saying, oh, I feel so guilty, I didn't do this today, I didn't do story time. Like, there's going to be so many different things that you're going to be kicking yourself about. So just remember that, to know that you have comfort. Just remember that you can be comforted and be affirmed by the fact that God knows the truth about you. God sees the effort that you're making every day. People can't see all the little things that you do, and it's tough because your children don't always say thank you. When you just have a baby, it takes a while for them to even have their first smile, and you're putting all this energy in. But just know, one day they will look back and they will be so appreciative. So I really hope this helped you today. God bless you, Mama. Bye.